Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are making a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. So today's going to be a short day. I had a all-day film shoot this weekend for the whole weekend, so I'm just a little fried and stuff. What we're going to be working on, we got this. So we've got the text box working for the signpost, but now it's working on the mage as well. So we can kind of manually place a collidable text box or whatever that will pause it once we interact, and then we can advance it. So what we're doing today is, one, I just figured out that our text box, I'm hitting the A button right now and we're not colliding with the mage. So we need to fix that. Colliding with the text box, right? And then here, for this guy, we need to essentially, right here, our little red outline here is our collider for a text box, but we're not interacting with the shopkeep back here. So we need to either extend Tashio's dialogue hitbox or extend the dialogue hitbox height by a bit. So that might... I don't exactly know, but if we can fix those two things today, then that'll be good and we can call it. So I'm very tired, but we'll see what we can do. So right here, if P is pressed, we're going to cycle through all our dialog box objects, and if we collide with any dialog box, we're going to assign a dialog ID in our play state, and then if our player direction is down, that's when we're going to insert a signpost collided. Now, I still don't like this terminology we've got, signpost collided. I don't think that's very good, but that's how it's working right now. So if we wanted to make sure that it inserted a dialog box, regardless, so we have to ask the type here, right? So we can say, if the direction is not down, go ahead and trigger the signpost. But we have to do an else statement here. I think we have to, maybe what we can do is we can say, else if our global player's direction is equal to down. So if we are facing down, then we need to check whether or not the object in our dialog box field is of type NPC. If so, insert become paused. I think that's right. So maybe, we'd have to ask dialog box K. I think we'd have to ask something here to be, we go into our map, we go into our current map row, current map column, dialog box, index K, and that should have a option. And that option, if equal to the NPC string, if it is equal to that string, then we can do something. And the something is what we normally do for the signpost collided logic here. Now, I don't know how much of this is necessary. We do have to become paused. I still don't really get why we do this. If P is pressed and we're not paused, then we're going to flush our signpost collided. So I think but what's weird is this is called after we turn it to true. So if we turn it to true, if not paused, then we're going to flush it. I don't know. I don't know why that's necessary. We might leave a note and potentially try it. I'm curious if this works. Let's see if we can, pressing A when you're facing down on a signpost doesn't trigger it. But let's see if it triggers it for an NPC. Let's see. He's got to face down. Let's go. It does work. Okay. We did it. Okay. So the next step is let's see if we can give this NPC a twice as tall hitbox for his dialogue. So let's see where we instantiate that and see where we're doing it. So right here, we instantiate with an X. Oh, what the heck? This should be Y, not X. This should definitely be Y. Let me see. That shouldn't have been the case, but now that we fixed it, it should be okay. Oh, okay, well. Okay. It seems to be working. It seems to be working. I'll give it that. It did used to seem to be working as well. But, okay, so when we go into we have to add a dialog box instantiation for our shopkeep, which is a villager 1 currently. So we give him a state machine so he walks horizontally. We change his state to be walking. We give him those 2 states. So here we have to insert a dialog box object into the same location as our villager, which is at 111, which is in our other world, right? So this would be 111. We copy over its X and Y. And then what I think we need to maybe do is add an optional parameter of height. We can call it 2. And then what we can do here is say, what we can do is go to our dialog box and we can say, okay, well, after the optional NPC parameter, we can call it like bonus height factor. I don't know what to call it. But we can set our bonus height, and we would modify height by our bonus height. So we'd say bonus height gets our bonus height factor, and then we can overwrite. Well, shoot. Let's see. Do we give it? We give it the NPC dialogue at the end. It should be the 111 here, yeah. We give it the NPC, which is not the mage index. It's going to be the villager index. But then we give it a bonus height scale factor of 2. So I guess what we need to do, we need to say, if bonus height factor does not equal nil, then we're going to set our bonus height to bonus height factor and set our height to be our height times the bonus height. I guess we could just do this here as the bonus height factor. So we could do this. So if we do pass in this bonus height factor parameter, then go ahead and update our height to be equal to twice as high, which should give us a hitbox that extends to where we can read it from beneath. That's the plan anyway. So let's see. Let's run it. Let's see. Okay. 268. It's not liking it. Okay, NPC villager index. What, you don't like that? Yeah, we have one there. We're inserting it here. We insert it here. Type of villager 1. We go and insert into the dialog box. Are we giving us a dialog box for every... Oh, we might have to do this. Dialog box instantiation right here, so that we can actually insert the dialog box. No, 269 doesn't like. You don't like it right here when we insert into the dialog box. Okay, I thought that we would have fixed that. Oh, villager index. Okay. Okay. Signpost works. Mage works. Let's see if villager works. Shit, fucker. NPC is a number value. What? We insert an NPC in there. We give that NPC a dialog box, just like how we're doing here. We instantiate a mage NPC. We give it a dialog box. We give it an index. We go and give it the fields. That's all same. Oh, dot dialog box for 111. Yeah, that should be right. Dot. Dot dialog box. Yeah. And insert into the mage index dot NPC. Villager index. Yes, we do have a dot NPC because we gave it an instantiation here. Dot NPC, and we get it. Huh. So if we just don't try to insert that, does it work? Yeah. Okay, so something about here. Villager index, NPC, XY, villager index, map 111. That should be right. Map 111.npc at index, villager index. Yes, and we know we have that. Yeah, we know we have that. So, does it say we don't have a dialog box? Attempt to index NPC, a number value, at 246 on playstate. 246. Playstate. What? Oh, playstate. If option, really? 240, this is where it crashed? NPC X and Y. If the option is an NPC, then we're going to take the NPC's X and Y position. We should have that. Because we instantiate, we give it an X and Y position, so why? I don't see what's up. direction down. I don't see the issue. Man, we're really close. We're really close. Attempt to index field NPC, a number value. A number value. Our villager 1 is here. It's the .npc table that's not right. So, I mean, are we not? Oh, we might not be. You know, I'm kind of thinking we don't really give us a dialogue box. Here. Actually, yeah, let's see if this is now 20. It is 20. Okay, so we should have a .dialog box and a .npc. Okay, it shouldn't be a number. I don't get why it's a number. Our villager index. What if... I mean, this doesn't... Why would this matter? We put villager after mage. What the heck? That mattered? I can't trigger the hitbox. Why does that matter? What order it's in? We give it... Do we give it a factor, yeah, scale factor of say 3, and then in our NPC it would actually be in our dialog box class. Yeah, bonus height factor. If there's a bonus height factor, then go ahead and set our height to be equal to that, and then when we go and check whether we collide, we're running a collide. Or are we doing it? Huh. Maybe that's not the way to do it. Let's see where we're actually running the logic to collide with the NPC to trigger the text box, right? I thought it was in the text box NPC, but that is not the case. When we go, we say, this is just for the updates. This is just for the update, but then in the update dialog box, you know, this is okay. Because as soon as we press P, that's when it looks for it. So as soon as it presses P, right here. As soon as it presses P, we're going to cycle through all of the dialog box objects for the thing, for the current scene. If we collide with the dialog box, which dialog collides is an entity method. And it takes in the dialog box width, which is part of the entity. Dialog box width, not the dialog box width, like object, but this dialog box width or height, and that is defined where? In the entity. We have a dialog box, then we have a dialog. Yo, where are we doing this? We don't have this anywhere? Oh, here. We set it to there. But then dialog box width and height. We don't set that? We really don't set that. Dialog box width and height, we don't even initialize that. So how are we checking it? We just have one. Return not self dialog box width. Yo, what are we doing? We don't have a self dialog box width, so how are we doing this? Much confused on this. Target X, that makes sense if we pass it a target, but then the entity itself. So what the hell is our dialog box width initialized to? Let's see. We might be modifying it somewhere else. I mean, I don't see how we wouldn't be. How this would work if we aren't doing that. We are doing it right here. Oh, shit, man. Why do we do it here? What are we doing here? In our player class, we're modifying the dialog box. Now, this is... Oh, man. I don't like the naming of this, because this makes it seem like that the dialog box this is so strange. Okay, so maybe what we do is just modify the dialog box height of our player. If we give it a scale factor and just make sure to... How do we make sure to reset it? Holy cow, that's so weird. I think what we can do is, instead of doing what we did do, which was, let's see our dialogue updates. Not here. I'm not exactly sure. I think we've got to go to where we tried to do this dialog box height adjustment. I think it's fine to say to try to give it the bonus height factor. It's just that it's not the height that we want to do. We want to pull the bonus height factor. Once P is pressed, we need to modify the dialog box height of our player class. So instead of doing what we are doing... Oh man. Let's see. Instead of when we go here... Shit, man, where is it? We're looking for where we try to actually once we know we collide with an NPC, not a sign, right? Which would be here in the update somewhere, maybe in our play state. When we collide and it is not, right here, if it is not a signpost, then we need to modify the player's value here. We need to say our player dot dialog box height gets ×2. Let's just say it's 32. And it's 16 for a signpost. Okay, we'll see if the dialog box height makes a difference here. That looks like we didn't screw it up. But let's see if we fixed it. So let's see. Ay, dude. Okay, I don't think we're going to figure this out tonight. So we might have to change this. I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of the dialog box height being tethered to the player class. And actually, yeah, maybe that's, or let's see. Does that have to do with the thing we're rendering in front of our face? Because the thing is, we can't collide with the NPC. Like, we have to, we can't collide it. We need it to be exported bigger. So if we say that the dialog box height is 50 before we even collide, I'm still not seeing a bigger red circle. So, or red rectangle. So, that's not right. And if we look at our player class, we could see, yeah, we're rendering at the dialog box height, width, and height. So why when we modify the dialog box height, do we not make it bigger here? We should say global player dialog box height, but it's only if we collide with the dialog box object. So let's just say, without even pressing P, we have a higher dialog box height. It's still not updating. So what if we go to our player class and just try to give ourselves a bigger dialog box height right off the bat here? Dialog. Oh, we set it here. Okay. I think that's screwing us. We're doing it every frame right here. So what if we were to say, you know what, ignore all this stuff and just put our dialog box height here as bigger, you know, something like 50. It should be a bigger red rectangle now. It is. Okay, so does this allow us to collide? See, it doesn't even reach him still. But if it were to reach him, if it were, say, see, it's actually just the height. We would need to double the height to 32 and shift the X position, dialog box X position, to be higher by 16 or whatever. So instead of self.x, it might be self.x minus 16. Should be above us. It's above us. So let's just see if it works. You know, as long as this thing is, gosh, it really isn't that high. Oh no, oh no. Okay, well. Oh, we want the Y, obviously. The Y, not the X. I gotta get to bed. I'm exhausted. Got a full day of work tomorrow, too. Another full day of shooting. Okay, here we go. Doesn't work. Okay. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. This is not the way. We fixed one issue. Let's see what... Oh, no. Let's see what else we touched. Okay, we added this bonus height factor, which is just not the way to do it. We put our villager after our mage, because that fixed it for some reason. We insert a dialog box into the mage index on the proper scene, but we still can't trigger it. So yeah, I guess we will get our let's remove our bonus height factor from our dialog box. And then I'll think about how to do this. It's tough because like we're doing so many things. You know, the text, the dialogue system is part of the global map. The dialogue box hit detection is part of our player class. And then the dialogue box part of our scene also has an X, Y for the hitbox of that. So I'm thinking we just give an optional parameter to extend the NPC's hitbox, and then we don't have to touch Tashio's hitbox. I think that's the move we're gonna do, but we'll have to see. Let's say add NPC dialogue boxes. While facing any direction. Sweet. So, okay, with that, we'll call it. I'm just overly exhausted. It honestly, this whole week is probably going to be slow streams for me because I'm on like 10 days of working full time, and I've got a whole another 5 days to go. And a lot of big production days, like all days. So I'm gonna be torched. But hopefully I still program. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. And have a good night.